Well, in the first couple of weeks, I started noticing my ankles going down. And all I did was, they said, drink some water on these patches, enough water. So I just increased my water intake. I didn't really exercise a whole bunch, but my ankles went down. And that was huge. And then I noticed, I was so excited about my ankle bones starting to show again and my little skinny ankles. I was really excited about it. I ended up having to go and buy me a new pair of shoes because I had stretched my other ones so bad. And so anyway, long story short, that was like a win-win victory for me. And then all of a sudden I got to thinking about why I started these patches in the first place. 2 weeks in, not the first hot flash, not the first symptom, not the first night sweat. I mean, I actually started sleeping through the night. I would wake up and, roll over or wake up or something would, and I wouldn't just roll over and go back to sleep. So my sleep was really interrupted, and I noticed that I went to sleep all night and stayed asleep and I didn't roll over. I remember waking up and I'm thinking I'm still facing the wall. That didn't even turn over. And so those little things were the first little key indicators that I was thinking, okay, there's a change. Because when I noticed my ankles going down, that's a big kind of red flag that your lymphatic's not moving. There's probably some serious issues on the horizon if I didn't take care of some things. And when I tell you, I kind of watched them too. So I am a whole month in. Thursday will be a whole 4 weeks I've been on these patches. Well, and I'm really excited. So I started after the first couple of weeks seeing the results. I called, I was like, I need more patches. So I pulled out my little PDF that I had and I'm thinking, wow, I need to lose weight. I knew that I was insulin resistant. One of the key indicators of that thing is, and this is another embarrassing thing, but I'm putting it all out there. If it'll help anybody, it like it did me, it's worth it. But I developed, I would get skin tags and I would get them around my neck where I wear my necklace or under my arms or, places and they would be embarrassing. And I knew they were there and I knew what was causing them. Well, 2 weeks in when I started the SP6 and I started these energy patches, I immediately could tell a difference in the way I felt. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a big difference in like the appetite control or the sugar cravings. And I said, well, those will be something I would be able to tell. But when my skin tags started falling off, it's so freakish. and I'm sure other people, I've heard testimonies of other people of that happening. I was thinking, man, this stuff is working. Like it is working. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this light therapy, photobiomodulation technology. Because when I go to share it and I tell people, I show them this little sticker and they're like, that did that. And I'm like, yes. And you're just going to have to trust me. And so I have shared these patches with everybody I come in contact with. Even people at work are starting to notice. I got my first compliment last week on my skin and my even skin tone. And I don't know, I'm not quite 50 yet. I will tell you, I'll be 49 this year. And so my mother and grandmother used to call the little spots that would come up on your arm and your wrist and hands. And ladies, you know what you're talking about. We just call them age spots or liver spots. And I'm thinking, oh goodness, they started popping up on my hands. I'm thinking, what's wrong with my liver? So I literally started ordering more patches. And so I got a hold of the SP6 because it begins to repair those internal organs. And I really can tell, something's happening to my pancreas. And the coolest thing about these patches is, these patches are formulated to target a certain area or function in your body with the light signals, but it has about 4 or 5 other benefits with it. So as I'm wearing these energy patches, I noticed that I'm not winded. Like the other day, we were at a church and we were having lunch in the fellowship hall down in the basement, and it had an elevator. And I wanted to see the sanctuary of the church because it was a massive church. So the little lady says, well, come on, we'll just take the steps. And I'm thinking in my mind, oh man, just don't ask me no questions because I'm going to be really winded by the time we hit the top of these things. And I'm telling you, when I got up there, I wasn't winded. I was able to talk. And I was thinking, man, I remember reading about this, about the energy patches, how it regulates your heart rate, keeps it from overstim being, beating fast, and my breathing. I mean, I was deep breathing, but I wasn't panning and sweating. You know what I mean? So even though these are a whole bunch of little victories, they're huge things for me that I have seen right away, and they do make a difference. So I'm thinking, if I'm able to see these things on the outside, right, and I can see these things on the exterior, can you imagine what is happening on the inside of my body? So I'm really excited, so excited, and there's things that are happening, like this past week. I would look at in a bright room and a white wall, and I would see these little spots, these little floaters. I guess they call them floaters, and in my vision, they're gone.